Hi everyone and welcome to the autumn of Series 16 in Forza Horizon 5. This is the trial Ute the Beast, and as the name suggests, we all gonna be driving Utes, but not just any Ute that is present in the game. It's gonna be a very specific one, 2014 Ford Ute, so there's no freedom of choosing your car whatsoever, but you are free to choose the build and tune and paint, so this is not quite the stock showdown as we've had before for the trial, but it is really close to it. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of a mess in the first corner, and I believe it's pretty much caused by a single AI deciding to, for whatever reason, start going across the road instead of following it, and that kind of caused the domino effect with everybody colliding into the AI or into each other while trying to pass that AI or avoid the collision. Look at this. This AI also went sideways, and this one as well. It almost looks like they suddenly lose their rear end for no obvious reason. There was nothing really visible, clearly, at least to me, that would cause them to do it. But more than one AI just did that for no reason, causing all kind of wreckage. Because it's super hard to plan your racing line or to plan your actions and braking and acceleration when the car in front is not just driving erratically, but does the thing that it doesn't fit into normal racing logic. That's probably my issue with AI in this particular race, but that didn't help AI at all. Quite the opposite. As you can see, all six of us are already in front of all of the AIs. There's 0 points for Team Red right now, and I am on the rear bumper of Marty XTV in front right here, trying to battle for the first place despite the messy start. And yep, I managed to push through a little bit elbows out because I blocked the line after passing Marty, so basically he had no chance to cross the line again and try to recover the position. But yeah, it's all good, nice and friendly, though sometimes there are some really kind words, let me put it like this, being shared in the voice chat, but it's all nice. And yeah, you may notice that all the names on the list are familiar. So we have the full convoy for the full lobby of this trial. 6 people: myself, Chazzy, Marty XTV, El Chafo, Alan and AJ. And as we are starting the last lap here in Mulegé Town Scramble, you can see we are all a very tight group right here. I'm not even sure where the AI is. I think the gap is actually very huge. So even though each of us have brought their own tunes and builds, some people like AJ, Allen and Marty have built their own configurations. Myself, I usually download the tunes, or almost always, and this one is by Saeenu. It's all-wheel drive and really easy and comfortable to drive car. El Chafo also uses some downloaded tune, and I'm not sure about Chazzy. Half the time he downloads the tune, half the time he builds the car himself. But as always, I hope at least some of them do put the details of the tunes they run in the comments, because all of the configs seem to work really well. As you can see, it's not just the case of AI not really participating in the race after the first lap. The gap is so huge that I'm pretty sure we're gonna DNF all of the AI in this race altogether, while between people it's actually very close. I think I managed to build a little bit of a gap on the last lap, but everybody else is well within a second. Yeah, DNF for all of the AIs. Let's try to repeat it in the second race right here in Cordillera Trail. Though DNFing all AIs on a sprint race might be a tiny bit more difficult just because there's not so much time. The circuits tend to be quite a bit longer in the duration just because there's 3 laps, but we're gonna try. Starting dead last here, so I have a little bit of cars to go through. Just need to survive this first corner, which I did, and it looks like everybody did very nicely through the first corner. I have to say I didn't see any collisions between cars, a little bit of drifting and sideways going into the wall, but not too much. It's all nice and fine, and I am now up in the 3rd place, and I missed the braking point, completely smashed the wall, lost all the speed, and of course all my gaining on Marty and AJ in front is gone, and there's Alan right side by side with me with a little bit more speed because he messed up the corner a little bit less, and I missed another braking point, which means not only Alan passed me but also El Chaffo and Chezzy, pushing me all the way down to the last place of humans. But you can see AIs, even though I smashed into 2 walls in a row, losing all the speed and tons of time, AIs didn't even come close to catching up, which is quite interesting. Usually when there is a single car choice for the trial, it gets to be a little bit more on the difficult side, I'd say, just because you can't bring the real OP car and build into the race. Everybody's restricted to the same, but this time around I don't feel like this trial is going to be difficult to anyone, really. Just the sheer gap between AI and us points me at thinking that this is a really easy one this time around. Now, in the meantime, I did manage to recover my 3rd position, so it's basically restarting this part of a race. Managed a little bit better exit over Marty and smashed another wall, which means you can see here, this is a prime example of why driving clean in the heat of the battle is so important. I had an advantage. I was on the outside, but I was faster and was going nicely, but then I hit the wall, lost the speed, and Marty just carried his momentum, his speed through and defended the position and stayed ahead. Now I am ahead of him again, but look how close we are, and that basically means that here at 90% of the race, if I do one mistake, he's definitely going to be ahead. But this is the last corner, I think. Yeah, that's the last corner. So I think I'm finishing this one on the 2nd place, and congratulate AJ for the well-deserved win in this 2nd race here. Now that's the trial. It's rather easy. The car build and tune and paint details were all on the screen and will be in the description of the video. Thank you for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.